Just a moment to do my hair. So thanks for being here. I'm Sarah from Align with Sarah, and I'm actually going to try that again because it was very crackly. I'm Sarah from Align with Sarah, and I'm here for the live stream. I do the fourth Wednesday of every month, and this is focused on group energy healing. It's a little bit of like mindset coaching. My practice, I call what we're doing now restorative healing. And it brings in just a lot of modalities that I believe in, that I'm trained in, that I use regularly for my wellness. They all kind of come together for a little restorative healing. Sometimes I just call it Reiki because that's easier, but it is a little bit different than a traditional Reiki session. What's on my mind for today, as it has been for a couple days, my my son and I went for a walk with the dog a couple days ago, and I mentioned something to him, and then he's not a big talker, but like the floodgates opened, and he has been talking and talking, and it's just so wonderful about all kinds of stuff. We talked for hours a couple nights ago, and I was hearing more of what is maybe stressing him out. And I feel the same stress. I think a lot of people feel the same stress of just feeling like there's so many things to do and not enough time to do them. That can create anxiety. That's anxiety is a one word, one emotion. It can also, like despair is another emotion, uh, a sense of failure or hopelessness, helplessness. All of those things are different pieces of the puzzle. Anxiety might be in there, creating our outcome that keeps us stalled, or I'm going to use that same emotion, overwhelmed again. And I'm feeling today, I have a lot of things to do. I'm working at home today. I hear my neighbors taking care of like yard stuff, and um, we're getting ready for like our cleanup day here in the town that I live in. And then it's all these things of like, oh gosh, I thought I had more time to do that. You know, the cat spilled over some plants on the porch. Like there's like this huge list of things. And I know the way that I work best is just starting, just do something. Um, but here in this energy session, I want to look at what might be in the way of helping anyone that's here, me, you, someone later on, to find that clear mind of coming back to where I know I work best, finding that piece of, do I need to start? Do I need a list? Do I need to go room to room? Do I need to ask for help? You know, there's all these things where each of us in any moment is going to have a different perfect moment or perfect support or perfect thing. And when we find ourselves coming to that clear mind, we can find that. So I'm going to just say a little prayer, offering gratitude and love for the impending success that we're about to have. Working with the energy of anyone that's here, setting up a support for people in the future to arrive to find that clarity of mind. and we'll begin. So, one of the modalities I'm trained in is the emotion code, and I'm looking at my emotion code chart right here, asking about these emotions. And that feeling of unworthy, I feel like that's always a great one to let go of. So we don't feel worth it. Very hard to motivate ourselves for tasks. How could that effort be worth it if I'm not worth it? Kind of telling that story. And we have to be willing to let this go. If we immediately grab on to the story of, why everything is so hard or no one loves me, um, that's your commitment to your story of struggle. And each of us in our own time needs to be willing to let go of that. I'm not saying that every single thing I'm saying is going to hit home, but there are so many things that are similar to what we all are really struggling with. In that sense of unworthy. We'll probably tell the story of something if we allow it to. I got something in my eye. Um, and let's move on for a couple more. And just simply the emotion of overwhelm. That's what comes up next. Just letting it go. It might feel very solid that you feel overwhelmed. Might be solid, I feel overwhelmed. Recognizing it is an emotion. It's our perception of what's happening in our environment. And that emotion should trigger productive behavior. One thing at a time. I got to go call my friend for help. My kids need to do these things after school. I'm going to do the biggest thing first. Run the magnet one more time. Letting it go. Just let it go. Stop talking about it. Stop texting about it. Stop Googling and wasting time on the phone, complaining. When we're ready to let it go, we look for the people that have overcome overwhelm. We don't wallow in the community of the suffering. Let's do a few more. Low self-esteem is the next emotion. Emotion, that is an emotion. It's not a fact. It's just how you're feeling. Low self-esteem. And I can easily tell a story if we have this feeling of unworthy, this feeling of overwhelm. I can easily tell a story how low self-esteem contributes to those things, or those things contribute to that sense of low self-esteem. Everyone else can do it. Why is this so hard for me? I don't have anyone. We get in our stories, we get deep in them, and then help arrives or options arrive or information arrives, and we want our story of struggle, so we keep telling it. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. One more. And I see a good question here in the chat. Sadness is the next emotion. Letting it go. What's the opposite of sadness? Go find that. Or go and make sure you can define it. What is the opposite of sadness? Know what that is so you can fill your day with it. Some of this information, sometimes I work with people and it feels very direct. It feels very, um, I guess, shocking a little bit. And I have no problem with that because I think that sometimes we need the wake up call. These are emotions. We are creating our day. We are with our thoughts, our behaviors, our routines, our habits that welcome these in, that keep these negative vibrations flowing inside of us. It's up to us to change all that we can change. And it's up to us to know what it is we want, where we're going, what we're doing, who we want there, the environment that's going to help us thrive. I have a question here. Is this somatic technique? Yes. The short answer is yes. Very often, somatic work involves some kind of movement. I do meditation every Monday. It's you can join via Zoom, or if you're in my area, Owego, New York, you can stop into the community classroom and partake in a session. It's only $10, and it's geared towards relieving anxiety, less anxiety, and better sleep. That's pretty much what all of my work uh, is titled or targeted as helping. But many things contribute to not being able to sleep, creating that sense of anxiety. So we work on a lot of different things. With meditation, we don't necessarily target, say those words. We just show up and we listen to a story and we move our body. We stand up, we move our body, and we notice what tenses up. So we talk through that tension and we, um, everybody's favorite part in class, we take a break and then we do a second meditation. It's called supported posture. You can sit down, lay down, stand up again, change your mind. And so we give ourselves a break to be in that moment of possibly feeling better, but we stay in class. So during that break, we're not rushing out back into the world. We are holding that space. We're holding our new vibration, and then we're living with that for a few minutes, and then we're finding what feels good for support, and then we're finishing our class in that way. It's really wonderful. If you're interested in that, there's more information on the website. Anything that is releasing what we're holding in our tissue, soma means body or physical body. Um, and that is very much emotions. Those are stories of our struggle, stories of how nothing can keep us down, stories of everything are in our body. And we have expressions in our language that I think people don't realize, where we say, people are a pain in the neck. They literally can be contributing to tension in your neck, especially if that's your go-to explanation. Pain in the butt. People can have digestive issues when they are dealing with certain kinds of stress. And that typically, if they do, they typically use that without knowing, one phrase versus the other, the pain in the neck, the pain in the butt. We have lots of things that we say that describe the emotions, the experience, that bad day, that event that we experienced maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago that we're still holding in our body. And when we work with techniques that release that or even find the story, that is a somatic release technique. Um, and I will also say, I developed a, um, a journal, a guided journal, which I'm working on right now to get this thing a little bit better. I feel like there's some spelling errors and things that need edited, but it's available on my website also, alignwithsarah.com. It's a downloadable resource, and what's really nice about it is that it's designed to help you over and over and over again. So what we're working on, you fill in those blanks and stay with that same topic for the 7 exercises. You can do them over 7 days. You can do them over a couple weeks. It's called the 7-day journal. It's a 7 exercise routine that helps you understand the struggle that you're dealing with. It's geared towards chronic pain. One of the other titles that it has is Conquering Chronic Pain. And it helps you, guides you into recognizing that it's more than the sore neck. There's something that has contributed to that. More than one thing has contributed to this. And your body, your mind, your spirit, your subconscious mind has figured out when Sarah's neck is sore, then she finally asks for help, goes to bed early, drinks more water, takes care of herself. So we train our somatic tissue to try to talk to us. We listen in this very backwards way without actually taking care of the story, hearing the story that potentially like our neck pain is talking about. So yeah, this is available on the website. There's a tab called downloads. There's a couple things there. So um, if you're interested in any of those things, they're available anytime you download them, you have them, uh, and you can connect to those resources as much as you need to. And of course, you can always reach out to me if you have any questions about them. So yeah, so we covered some emotions today: unworthy, overwhelm, um, low self-esteem, and sadness. And the reminding here at the end here, those are emotions, molecules of experiences, reactions to experiences. They're hormones in our system, and they can get stuck in our tissue. That bad day or that bad moment can become our bad morning, our bad day. It can then become this mood that we have. And then eventually we're associating with this emotion, this bad day, this moment. I love saying I stepped on the Lego in the morning. And that becomes a personality trait. And our personality traits create our personality, which is our personal reality. It's based on that moment. Go find forgiveness for that moment. Let that moment go. Find a different moment to focus on, one of success. It's a way better experience. That progress from stepping on the Lego to that personality, personal reality, that's Dr. Joe Dispenza, who's super wonderful about the meditation pieces and the mind over matter, which is already happening now. Our mind already has control over all the matter in our life. And when we change our mind, we change the matter. I cannot emphasize that more. I love your questions. I feel like you've been here this whole time. Releasing pain from that traumatic event would require me to sit with the emotion or emotions that are actually causing me the distress. Yes. When we are stuck, I'm going to just say this example. I look at all struggle in life as chronic pain, whether it's financial, relationship, um, just emotional, just feeling like we can't get ahead, being disconnected to purpose. I look at it all, and I will say, like, my neck won't stop hurting, or like my ankle is, always hurt. That to me is this conversation from your subconscious mind that's trying to get out. It's trying to let go of that day, but we are holding on to it because we feel like it is us. We are more than that bad day. We are more than any title that we will ever acquire. We're more than any salary that we will ever accumulate. Those are all man-made milestones for humanity. That's wonderful if they feel important to you. It's super wonderful when those goals are engaged in your purpose in life. But when we're stuck in this financial loop, when we're stuck in like, this person hurt me so badly, look at all this pain that they have created. Look, this is never going to be the same, and that those experiences, those people are our biggest teachers. They're showing us what needs to heal. They're showing us the weaknesses in our thinking, us finding our best self. They're showing us what hurts. It's not wonderful being in those moments, but it is so amazing when we get to those points of, oh yeah, this wasn't even about me. This person's journey and my journey intersected so that we could both see these places of pain. Do I want to go get the same jerk in my life with a different name? Probably, hopefully not. Hopefully we learn. Okay, Elizabeth Taylor is very famous for saying that she married the same man 7 times, different name, but same experience over and over again. And when we recognize what we are attracting, that law of attraction is more than just attracting, the $100,000 car by pretending that you're driving it every day. We are living the law of attraction right now. Everything in our life is because we believe in it. We believe we deserve it. It's here to teach us something. It's here to show us something. It's here to help us grow. And when we sit with those things that really suck, making sure that we have the support that we need, we can understand why this happened and how we can get past it. And when we feel like we are just stuck in this victimhood, and this feels a little raw sometimes to some people, but I don't tell my story anymore because I heard one day the victimhood that I was identifying as. I'm not a victim. I'm also not a survivor, because you can't be a survivor without being a victim. I'm a warrior, and I am here to learn. I'm here to gain wisdom, and I'm here to make sure that all of the battles that I have had in my past are teaching me something so I can avoid other battles. I can find better people. I can find my strengths. When I look at those things where I feel like maybe like I lost, I can make them into the win when I find that piece of wisdom that was there for me to take part in. So I hope that helps. And I keep looking at my screen down here to see if you're saying anything else. And I'm not really sure how to scroll. Oh no, I can't. But please reach out to me if there is anything else you want to talk about. I have a lot of information on my website. People get a lot out of the blogs that I write or used to write. I guess I don't really post anymore, or I don't post any anymore, because it gives a little example of how I think, and that's usually also another resource. So on the website, you'll find a contact form, and I reach out. It's just me, so I will reach out as soon as I have a moment. But I do love questions, um, and I do love when people are really leaning in to be like, okay, what is this about? Because I'm sick of complaining about it. I'm sick of this being in my life. Um, yeah, and physical pain is caused by emotions, and I feel like send me an email. S If you go down that website, alignwithsarah.com, do the contact form, and then I'll send you a link, and we can do a consult one-on-one. So, um, and we can even do a sample session, and you can see what it's like to work with restorative healing. So, that invite is out there. And I will say this to close this time together, um, that our body's job, every part of our body, our bones, our muscles, all of our soft tissue, its job is to respond to emotional stimulus. We evaluate, we like literally put on glasses of all the experiences of our whole life, and we see life through that. And these glasses, we say what were the ones: unworthiness, overwhelm, um, low self-esteem. These are all making up these lenses of how I see the world. And so when I am resonating with this, I'm which means I'm attracting experiences that are trying to teach me where I'm at so that I can rise above them. But when I'm stuck in these loops, these negative emotions are pumping through my system, telling my system, dumping my reptilian brain, this brainstem right here, its job is, am I safe? Am I not safe? And when I do not feel like I'm safe, I'm pumping out negative emotions. And all of my soft tissue is geared to respond to run from the dragon, fight or flight, fight, freeze, fawn. Fawn's kind of a newer one. And we have our go-to experience. And our system is geared to do the thing that we feel like works best. Fight or run or freeze or fawn, which means like make excuses, kind of like convince ourselves that everything's fine, trying to calm down the people, that are around us, putting our needs aside. So when we have the chart, and the chart that I'm looking at is all emotions. They're all negative emotions. These are the ones we need to process. The chart means a lot to me because of my training with Chinese medicine and meridian work. Emotions resonate with specific organs of our body. The chi that fuels the life force that fuels those organs of our body flows in a specific path in uh, bilaterally. So we have a path on our right and a path on our left. For example, like the liver. So that's going to associate with the leg, uh, the toes, the leg, uh, the hip, the chest. That's where the energy that comes to for the liver, our organ, the liver, to have a life force. So we interrupt that sometimes by not feeding, not listening, not um, partaking in life behavior that supports our liver. But our liver can also be compromised if we're constantly angry, if we're constantly like feeling this like resentment to everyone that interrupts the chi for the liver. So that organ can develop an issue. Our ankle, our toe, our knee can develop an issue. This is where that chi flows. And also just emotions, this emotion of anger, which is this negative, yucky experience. Those are hormones in our bloodstream that are innervating our muscles, our nerve systems, our our organs of our body, and we are meant to run on love. So I said that example, that reptilian brain is here to sort out whether we are safe or not safe. And this is also, can love flow, or is fear going to motivate some response for me to find the safety I need? We're in this panic is a different emotion, but we're in this panic mode. Some kind of fear is taking over. And that's very fatiguing to all of our tissue. And our tissue, there's a really great somatic conversation, a chart of the somatic conversations that runs through the Chinese medicine, Reiki work, um, emotional work, physical therapy work that I do, that, all of these things come together. When we typically have some area of our body that won't heal, or is chronically weak in some way, we tend to we go get x-rays, we go get blood work, we go get all these things like to look, and that those are wonderful because of course we want to know if there's some kind of compromised something going on. But my favorite is working with the physical therapists and conventional medicine practitioners where there's like nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. Everything's coming back and looks great. That's absolutely fabulous because all of that stuff has been taken care of. And then they say, go see Sarah because she understands this whole other thing that we don't understand. And my job with the energy work that I do, whether it's a remote session or people are in my office, or we're in the classroom for a class, for meditation, or just learning something, I, excuse me, I ask your body what it's trying to say. And I've gathered a lot of tools that help me translate that conversation that your body is trying to have with your mind, your heart, your spirit, the best part of you, but we have forgotten how to listen. So once we start listening, and once we even are just open up to like, oh my gosh, this might be emotional. I love comparing this to a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old child who's trying to get our attention. They're like tugging, mommy, what's going on? Mommy, over here. And then, of course, we're busy. We want to finish our thing. And then it, escalates to like pulling on our shirt. And then if we don't finish what we're doing or give some, direction over here to like eyeballs on eyeballs, this can quickly escalate to like this like blood, sweat, tears, this like high emotional experience because we're not listening. No eyes are on you. As soon as that happens, as soon as we kind of say, okay, honey, what is it that you need? And it could just be this whole thing of like, oh, I just love you, mommy. I just wanted to tell you, oh, look, like I found this ant. I just wanted to show you this thing. I feel like so much of that goes away once we start saying, oh, something's trying to get my attention. What is this thing? What is this thing trying to get my attention? And then that conversation that's coming at us just in one moment can go away. The neck pain that we've had our whole life, the digestive issues, the sleep disorders, the anxiety that we feel like is us, it can just go away in that moment when we recognize I'm more than this. This is not me. And that's why I love my job, because I help people with things that it's very difficult to find help with. It feels like the biggest gift in the world when people come to me with actually compromised tissue. I work with people that had atrial defibrillation, came out of nowhere. No one can explain it. They found their way to me. They were getting a lot of intervention, a lot of monitoring. We cleared a heart wall and their defibrillation, their valves were not working correctly. We cleared the emotional energy and the symptom went away. It was amazing. Kidney issues, I think I might have already said that. Getting to the bottom of those, like, chronic digestive things, again, the sleep, the anxiety. It's really amazing when we listen, and that's my other thing is that I constantly say, at some point, we notice something and we can listen in a new way, and then we more effectively shift into the thing that either creates a better outcome or stops contributing to the outcome that we don't want. Okay. That was a long this is the longest, I think this is the longest live stream that I've done in a long time. Thank you for your engagement with this, and I do hope that you get on that website, do that, contact form, and I'm talking to, this person in particular who's asking these questions, but that goes for anyone. The contact form is there for a reason, and 3 or 4 sessions, it's pretty amazing when we kind of set a timeline and really focus on getting to the bottom of things, connecting to tools that I have designed over the last 12 years for my practice, really getting the right things in someone's hand to really uncover their story. They can kind of take it from there. And I love working with people pretty consistently for 3 or 4 times and then, touching in with checkups throughout, a couple months, a year or so. I don't like anybody feeling like they're a prisoner to being a client of mine because I like when they go out and they tell people, "Oh my gosh, you know, let's go, you should go talk to Sarah. You should go to a meditation class. You should go check this all out." Because it feels great to help people with things that um, make them connect to their purpose here in life, which is living in love, spreading joy, feeling safe. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This is so wonderful. I feel like it really perked me up as well. And I will hopefully see everyone here again. I do a live stream on the second and fourth Wednesdays of every month. I do meditation via Zoom or in person in my community classroom down in Owego, New York. That's on Mondays at 6. You can get a link for that on the website under the meditation class. And I am doing a 90-day program for getting better sleep and reducing anxiety. That's I do a presentation on what all of that is about once a month via Zoom and once a month in on a separate date in my office. All that I keep the website really up to date with stuff. So go over there and check everything out. All right. Thank you. I hope the day feels magical. Bye now.